Hey friends, and welcome back to the Alex Makes VR podcast. Today is a special episode because this episode comes out the week of my 30th birthday. So I wanted to do an episode that felt like I was thinking about if there was one piece of advice I could look back and give my 20-year-old self when it came to business success, what would it be? What would I define as the key to my success, to your success, to anyone who has ever wanted to accomplish something or achieve something with a side hustle or a business of their own? Like, what would be the thing that I would define as like the key to making that happen? So I'm going to talk about that in this episode. If you've got a subject or a question for future episodes, then please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. It's Alex Makes VR on Instagram and Twitter. And every single week I put out a newsletter which shares my best tips and tricks for how to create a business or life that you love in this wonderful world of immersive creativity. So you can sign up for that at alexmakesvr.com. Okay, so I want to preface this by saying that of course, there could be a whole episode just defining what success is. Success is going to look so different from person to person. I know personally, even my own definition of success has changed radically in the last 2 years. I achieved some big things, some big milestones that I thought would make me, quote unquote, successful. And I just felt awful. I had like a full-on existential crisis. Like, is this it? Like, is this what I've been chasing this whole time? I've really radically redefined what success is recently. And for me now, chasing success means chasing my own freedom, chasing the ability to help people and make a difference in the people that I know's life. But also having the one thing that is so precious to everyone in life, which is freedom, like freedom of your time, being able to command your own time and decide when you want to work and when you don't want to work. Freedom to be able to say, do you know what? I'm going to take my whole family away to this, well, not in COVID times, but I'm going to take them away to this lovely remote villa or somewhere like that to meet, like, I'm going to have some quality time with them in this beautiful place. Like, that's freedom. Freedom to decide, do you know what? Like, I want to talk about what I want to talk about, like put out content that I'm passionate about. That's freedom to me. And so that is how I am now defining success, not money in a bank account, not lists to appear on, not stages to talk on. And I say that, and there's absolutely no reason why for someone else that stuff shouldn't be their definition of success, because it was mine for a long time. So I think the first thing is defining what you think success looks like for yourself, deciding, and we've talked about in previous episodes, what these goals are. What is the goal? And really try and pin it down. Be specific. The more specific you can be, the more you can make steps and put in the action to build towards that success. But if it's just like a vague goal, it's going to be really difficult to kind of constantly feel motivated to do things. But in terms of what the key to that success is, so we've talked a little bit about, the definition of success, and definitely I would encourage you to go away and just sit with yourself and just like write a list of what success looks like to you, and what that life looks like to you. Maybe even thinking about like why it is that you're chasing that particular thing, and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, for yourself, for the people that you love, not for chasing external validation, not for chasing the validation of people that you don't even know. So definitely do that. But then what is in my opinion, the key to that success? What is the common theme between everyone who has achieved success? What is the key to your success? What's the key to my success? What is the key to Warren Buffett, the most successful investor of all time, success? What is the commonality? Steve Jobs' success, Mark Zuckerberg, like all of these like names. And again, it's, falling into that pattern of only putting these big names on a pedestal. There'll be 1,000,001 other people who we don't know the names of who are successful. But what is the key to all of those people's success, including yourself, including your family's success? Not quitting. That's it. Never giving up. I know that's cheesy. I know that you're half expecting some cinematic music to come in and for me to turn into an American accent and start telling you this terrible accent. I should stop now before it gets offensive. But I should start telling you just how much the pursuit of your success is the success, is the key to your success, is just not quitting. I'm available for any voiceover gigs. Please let me know, alexmakesvr.com. I kid. But seriously, never giving up. The only way you can fail at this game of business is if you quit. Even companies, even successful entrepreneurs that have been bankrupt, who have literally lost everything, have gone on to be successful because they didn't quit. Simon Cowell, for example, he's always the one that sticks out in my head because I remember reading an article about famous people that had been bankrupt by the age of 30, which is very fitting for this episode. Simon Cowell was one of those people. He was bankrupt at 30, I believe anyway. This was a while ago that I read this article. And then obviously he came back and became, I don't know whether he still is, but he was one of the most successful people in the music industry, or one of the most recognizable names, at least, for a long, long time. Same with RuPaul. Shout out to any of my Drag Race fans out there. RuPaul was sleeping on his sister's couch at 30 years old, like with nothing. And now he has gone on to create an empire, an actual empire, with the Drag Race franchise. Some of the most famous kind of brands that we know and love weren't even started until the founder was like in their 60s, 70s, 80s. Walmart, for example, the founder of Walmart, I believe, was in his 70s, maybe 80s. He was like, by most people's definition, should have been done. should have been just enjoying retirement. But no, he started what has gone on to become one of the most successful supermarket chains of all time. Quitting is not an option. When you're doing something, when you're chasing something that you love, quitting is not an option. That in itself is the key to success. The amount of times that I've had friends that have looked at what I've done in terms of my career and gone, oh yeah, I'll give that a go. And then within like a month of not getting any replies to their emails to do like a side hustle, like video gig, they've been like, sod it, I'll just stay at this 9-to-5 job. Like, absolutely fair enough, each to their own. But if you love what you do, if you want to love what you do, if you want to chase this idea of success for yourself, and again, I don't want to be equating fame and money to success, because I genuinely don't believe that is all there is to success. If you want to chase a life that you love, that should be at the core of the success that you are chasing. The only way to achieve that is by not giving up, because what other option do you have? And if you feel like you're failing, if you feel like, you're tired, like you're just not motivated, you've been trying this thing for ages, maybe you do need to take a break. That's fine. You can take a week off, a month off, a year off. But as long as you get back on track, as long as you come back to it, as long as you get back in the driver's seat of the car of your life, man, this is getting cheesier and cheesier by the minute, then you will be successful. So that's it for this episode. I hope that has inspired you, or just made you rethink something. Sometimes it takes listening to a rambly, attempted inspirational podcast like this to really just even trigger a thought to go, oh, hang on a second, let me just get a bit of perspective again on what it is I'm trying to do. Let me redefine my goals. Let me redefine what success is to me. But really, as long as you are keep putting in the reps, it's a bit like when you do anything. If you start walking as a kid, you're not going to be able to walk miles and miles and miles from the very first time you walk. But imagine if a kid stood up, took a few steps and fell over and then was like, that's it, I'm never attempting to walk ever again. We'd just all be a bunch of adults crawling around on our asses, wouldn't we? Which would be quite amusing, but you get my point. I'm going to stop with the weird metaphors now. But please, 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 don't give up, because that's the only way that you won't be successful. The key to your success is not giving up. Okay, that's it from me. I'm going to go celebrate I'm going to go and attempt to celebrate this 30th birthday week. That's right, giving myself a week, by stuffing my face with chocolate. That's probably the level of excitement for this huge birthday. Like I said, because I'm locked down. So if you want to wish me good birthday wishes, my birthday is actually on the Wednesday 25th of November. I would love to hear from you. That would make my day. Shoot me a message on Instagram or Twitter. It's Alex Makes VR. If you enjoyed this episode, if you've enjoyed any of the episodes so far, please consider giving it a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts if you're listening on that. And that's it from 29-year-old me, my friends. I'll speak to you when I am 30. Have a good one.